Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back. You're watching iAllegedly. And I've got a good one for you today. I am in Newport Beach, and I am at a place I've never been to before that was recommended to me. And there is this public dock that you can walk on that's got access to all these beautiful boats next to these houses. And it's just really, really cool. It's just stunning. So you guys get to look at these beautiful boats behind me as I stroll through this. But there is so much going on. You know, in the economy right now, we're seeing two things. We're seeing the central banks of the world with a spend now, we'll deal with it later attitude, but also the average consumer is doing the same thing, where they're just not worried about the consequences of their economic actions right now. So before I get into it, please take a second, please hit the like button, please hit the subscribe button, share this with everybody. Plus today we have a sponsor, Patriot Gold, which I'll talk about a little later, but let's get into it. Right now, you know, with the health crisis, we saw money being printed out of thin air like we'd never seen before. We saw helicopter money given out to people like we've never seen. We saw people get unemployment money, and they made more money sitting at home than they did by working. And it had its huge consequences because it completely destroyed a lot of things in the economy by doing this. It really did hurt small businesses, because why would you want to go work as a barista or a waitress or be a busboy when you could make $1,000 a week sitting at home? So it had its consequences, to say the least. We are seeing around the world, we're seeing huge problems with inflation. And right now, story out of England, we're seeing inflation as high as 18% by the end of the year. You're going to see gas, natural gas, and energy prices take off like you've never seen in our lifetimes. And they're saying that we're easily going to see these huge, huge figures. Now, I want to show you guys where I'm at. The paddle boarders with the dog out there. That's kind of groovy. And dog's got a little vest on too, so if the dog goes in, nothing to worry about the dog. But that right there, guys, that right there is Balboa Island that we've walked on a bunch of times. And this is the private side, where you've got all these houses and townhouses on the other side that have this private walkway, which is just really cool. But we are seeing, in the economy, we're seeing crazy things right now, where the average car right now, to maintain the average new car right now, is $1,000 a month. Guys, we've never seen this in our lifetimes, that we've seen automobiles that expensive. Now, if you get a Tesla, if you get a nicer car, if you get a new, F-150, I saw a guy last night that had an F-150 that paid $90,000 for a truck, and he couldn't load everything in the back of the bed of the truck. He had to put his cooler and chairs in the back seat of the car. Okay? It's ridiculous, guys. It's absolutely ridiculous, to say the least. So we are seeing things in our lifetimes that we haven't seen before. There is a thing right now called revenge spending, where the average person says, I deserve this. Well, I think that's just insane. But how about this? The average revenge spending right now this number is staggering. $786 a month that people are just squandering, whether it be out to dinner, whether it be worthless goods, whether it be extra clothes, hair, makeup, nails. I mean, there's just a laundry list of things, but it was nothing of value. It was nothing long term. Now, you can sit there and say, hey, getting my nails done makes me feel better, whatever. Round of golf for $200, whatever, but revenge spending. Everything's got a name now for it. There's no accountability and, I'm just being irresponsible. We've talked about these figures where everybody's sick, where we're spending, $2,000 more a year on fuel. We're spending, the average family is spending over $500 a month extra on just essentials to get by right now with inflation. The UK talked about their inflationary spike at 18%. That's coming here, guys. If you don't think that we're going to see inflation at 18%, you're kidding yourself. But with Germany admitted that their producer price inflation, which is their wholesale inflation, is at 37.5%. That's just nuts, guys. This is all out of hand at this point. It just is completely out of hand. And everybody's acting like it's no big deal. So, share your thoughts on this stuff. There's a bunch more to cover. And it's really cool just to see the island from a different side too. So we've seen the other side because I've walked on the island. But this is just really beautiful out here, guys. It's just really, really nice. And you've got all these nice boats. And you just get a different perspective out here. So let me know. Share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. Let's talk about our sponsor, Patriot Gold Group. With the instability of the stock market lately, do you feel good about your 401k and your IRA? You need to look at an alternative. You need to look at a precious metals backed IRA from Patriot Gold Group. Here's the thing. Experts from around the world have said one thing, that we are in a very big financial crisis right now. And when you look at the market and the inverted yield curve and everything that we're experiencing right now, we are seeing something that we've never seen in our lifetimes. One thing that has stood the test of time has been precious metals and gold as a hedge against inflation. Look at calling Patriot Gold today at 1-888-330-1431 and get your free investor guide. It's absolutely free. But they've got a free IRA rollover and 401k rollover that they can help you with the taxes and make it so it's tax-free. It's completely amazing. And you need to reach out to them today because, let's face it, Steve Forbes, Robert Kiyosaki, now you've got Jamie Dimon, you've got the CEO of Wells Fargo, everybody talking about the instability of the market and how it's just going to get worse from here. Take a look at the alternative, and the alternative is a physical gold or physical precious metals IRA or 401k. Call them today, 888-330-1431. Let them know that I allegedly sent you. If you don't want to call, use the link below and fill everything out from there. But take a look at Patriot Gold today, guys, and give them a call, 888-330-1431. There are so many things that are affecting each and every one of us that nobody really wants to look at. And the first one is the water shortage that's happening around the globe. Now, here's something crazy. In the last couple of days, Dallas has been deluged by almost like 9 inches of rain in some spots. It is crazy that they've gotten all this water so quickly, and it's just, flooded, towns, and it's just made it a mess to drive and things like that. And then you hear about, Lake Mead drying up. You hear about different, ideas where they may just close Lake Mead altogether. I've had all these people reach out to me today about this. But one thing that's going to happen is you're going to see it start to affect commerce and start to affect business. Yes, it affects things like boating and having a good time and water skiing on, the Colorado River. But one thing it also does is it makes it so people cannot run their businesses and manufacture things. China, for example, is having such a drought in certain provinces that factories are closing down again, and they're sending people home for extended periods of time, 30 days, 40 days, things like that. That's coming to us soon. Now, all these water restrictions go into place here in Southern California in the next 2 to 3 weeks. We're going to start to see a lot more water restrictions here. But with that, it's going to be chaotic because they do things like the water police, where they hire retirees that walk around and they write tickets for $500 if Ted is watering his lawn too much. Okay? And then I get the people that inevitably, and it's happened today twice, I'm going to water my lawn and do whatever I want and swim in my pool and take care of my landscaping all I want. Okay, good luck. You are going to see houses that will be incomplete. How do you have some of the desert communities between here and like Indio and cities like that where they're just not going to have the water, guys? These people are going to buy houses and they're not going to have the water that to service their homes. That's going to happen. Nobody wants to admit that. Larry Summers, who used to be, I think it was Bill Clinton's Secretary of Treasury for Bill Clinton. This guy has been a opponent of the Fed. And Jerome Powell, and he thinks that Jerome Powell has not done enough and that the Fed needs to do more. But one thing I'm going to agree with this guy on is that we need to see, the Fed being honest with people, because, transitory, soft landings, everything's going to be great is insane. It's not going to be anything like that at all. And Mr. Summers is saying, hey, you need to tell people that there's going to be massive unemployment. You need to tell people that the economy is not going to be good as a result of what you're doing. Now, Mr. Summers is talking about how Jerome Powell is at the Wyoming Jackson Hole Financial Summit, and he needs to see honesty from this Friday's speech and let people know where things are at. Do you really believe he's going to do that? Because I don't. I think that we're in a period of stagflation, and I do not believe that unemployment's at 3%. Here's the worst part about this, guys. Any numbers in the tick up because they lied about how low they are, it's only going to destroy the numbers, and they're going to go up and up and up and up and up. So many people have fallen off the unemployment numbers that they're not being counted right now. And it's mind-boggling when you think about this. So, share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys, because, again, stagflation is low demand, high inflation, and high unemployment. That's stagflation. Now, I get people that write me, oh, it's okay. I get people that write me all the time and tell me that we're going to be in a deflationary spike right now. Now, here's the thing, guys. So many stores out there. Let's use Walmart, for example. Walmart is completely upside down. They have so much inventory, they don't know what to do with it right now. And guys, think about this. It's going to be September. Then you're going to have October and November. It's going to be Black Friday in like 90 days, guys. We're like that close to this thing. So, do you really think there's going to be a Black Friday this year? I don't. I think that you should just get the stuff that you can when you can get it. If you see something on sale, grab it. Grab it, and get it now. Whether it be a gift, something for yourself, something for your business, whatever. But Walmart has such a problem with inventory right now. Huge problem with inventory, that they have all these containers set up, and I've had multiple people send me this. David sent me these pictures, and there's just so many, and they're all filled with merchandise. Hey, what's in this? Oh, we can't talk about that. Okay, but they're filled with merchandise that they can't sell. Now, last year we had the supply chain issue where we had, Halloween in February and all that nonsense. Well, it doesn't seem to be the problem this year, but people don't have the money that they had last year. But again, people are using credit to buy things like they never have before. They're not being responsible with their money. And then the ones that are the other people that are using credit to pay for essentials, to pay for food, to pay for fuel, to pay their electric bill. People are sending me different sites where you can use your credit card to pay your rent. Now, I know there's people out there that get the mileage and they get the points and things like that, but the majority of the people don't do that, guys. They're using this to just get by right now. Nobody wants to admit that. Nobody wants to admit that it's time to hunker down and save and cut back. The stock market should concern you. There's going to be a vapor lock someday on the banking, and we'll talk about that later on in the week again. But you're gonna see shenanigans with banks where people will not have access to their money. And again, make sure you have cash out of the bank. Make sure you have big bills, small bills, a little bit of everything. And again, it's all relative. If you're a person that's on a fixed income, have a couple $100 out of the bank in various size bills. Have a roll of quarters out there too. The last time this happened, when the Canadian internet company went down, people thanked me. Oh my gosh, we could park. We couldn't use a credit card. It was a mess, Dan. But we could pump quarters in the parking meters. Be ready, guys. Put it in your glove box. Also, I always tell people, have a little extra cash in your glove box. So that if you forget your wallet or leave it someplace, you're also covered. Guys, this is really beautiful out here. It really is. But once again, I had no idea that this public dock was out here, that you could walk on this. amongst these beautiful boats and hang out. And it's just stunning. It really is. But man, get ready. Get ready. You know, I don't care where you live. I don't care what part of the world you are in. Nothing is going to be the same. And if you look at 90-day period, 120-day periods, you know, the real estate market right now, we are seeing something we haven't seen in decades, where you have the number of houses that went down in sales over 20% year over year. The average home price, though, did creep back up above 400,000 in the United States over the last month. So crazy, guys. Yes, see, Dan, prices are still up. People can afford it. I love the mortgage brokers that write me and tell me that 5.78% interest rate is great, and that you need to tell people that that's not a bad thing, and you're just hurting people that should be buying their dreams. Okay, guys, a year ago, those loans were at 2.7%, and now they're over double. So good luck. I hope you guys get the home of your dreams. I really do. So many people that I know that have written me, and I was in a restaurant yesterday where they were saying, hey, you know, I'm going to wait. What do you think about that? And one person that waited hit me on the shoulder. Hey, you're that guy? Yeah. Listen, the house we were looking at dropped $40,000 in price already, and we were going to make an offer on it last month. Okay. You know. So I saved them $40,000. Share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. Let me know what you're thinking. And again, doesn't matter where you're at in the world, all this stuff is a problem. Now, one thing that you're starting to see is with all the evictions and with some, I can't believe I'm using this word, stability in the rental market, you're starting to see that we could have a period when rents could start to drop right now. Let's hope that happens, because right now rental prices are just insane around the country. Now, it's not going to happen across the board. It's going to be pockets. But one thing a really experienced realtor told me a few years back is when you see the new construction offer incentives like free rent for a year, we'll give you the 13-month free, things like that, that's the downturn of rent. And we're starting to see things like that. So let's hope it holds. Let's hope people can start to get a better price and stuff, because, man, it is crazy what people are paying for rent for one-bedroom places around the world. It's nuts. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. People are singing songs and they're out of tune. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys. There's a great article on the New York Post where they interviewed a bunch of CEOs, and the CEOs are saying one thing about the economy, and their chief economists are saying something different. Lloyd Blankfein, who was the former CEO of Goldman Sachs, is stating that he sees a real problem with the economy, and that he believes, that if he was a current CEO today, his job would be to batten down the hatches and to lock everything up. But the economists that work for the company where you spend your money, whether it be a bank or an investment bank like Goldman Sachs, they don't want to worry you. They don't want you to freak out. Perfect example is a man named Bruce Kasman. Bruce says, listen, Jamie Dimon says, hey, things are bad. We're going to see something much worse than a recession on a private phone call with all these leaked tapes, and more information is coming out of this because the rich people are starting to talk about it. But you're seeing that Mr. Kasman is saying, listen, it's only like a 40% chance for recession. He's not even talking about us being in one now. He's talking about that it's something that is down the road and not a big deal, and we shouldn't be concerned about it. So share your thoughts on all this stuff, guys, because I think rich people tell the peasants one thing and tell them friends something completely different. And I think that's what we're experiencing right now more than ever. And again, Jamie Dimon, the most honest thing that this guy said was that he hates, to have Zoom, or what do you say, running a company via Hollywood Squares, because he hates the Zoom meetings. He wants everybody in the office. He's seeing that. But he's also sick and tired of not telling people how bad things are. I think they're much worse, but just a blank fine. I got to give him credit for being honest, but he's, again, former CEO, so he doesn't have the same weight that other people do right now. So share your thoughts on that. Now, speaking of Zoom and all this stuff, I got a kick out of this one because all this stuff that since Jamie Dimon has talked about this, 2 years ago, everything was Zoom, Zoom, Zoom. You got to have a Zoom meeting. Zoom made tons of money. They had a day where their stock went up $100 a share in one day. It was absolutely insane. But now, Zoom has lost its luster. People are sick of Zoom. There's a great story below about how the average person wastes between 20 minutes and an hour a day doing nothing, not working, employees that do yoga classes during the time that they should be working, getting their nails done. Once again, I'm telling you guys, if you want the greatest job in the world, become a rep for somebody. Become a sales rep out in the field. You can drive, you can do sales calls, you can go to restaurants, you can get your nails done, you can get your hair done, you can kill an hour here, an hour there, and you're out of your house. That's what I would recommend. And I get a kick out of people that have done this. But the Zoom thing, it's coming to an end, guys. You got to get to work, okay? You just have to get back to work. And the fact that all these big companies are limiting this and saying that they are done with this is beyond me. Now, check this out, guys. This is the canal. We've eaten, that's the restaurant side over there on Harbor Island Drive. But you got cool spots like this that you can sit down at and just hang out, man, and just watch the boats. The fish are out there jumping. Just really cool. So let's have a seat. The Twitter war with Elon Musk is taking a really different course right now because, again, speaking to lawyers that I spoke to in the last few days, you don't think that this guy's pulling out all the stops? You don't think he's doing everything? When you're the richest man in the world, you don't think that this guy is doing everything? Well, he just subpoenaed Jack Dorsey, who was the founder of Twitter, to talk about the bots. And everybody knows that these bots are out there. These bots are getting more and more proficient. You can think about this. If you have a blog right now, you can go to things like copy.ai, sign up for an account, give them a few words, and they will write a blog post for you, okay? You don't do anything. So if you're paying copywriters right now, you are a fool to be doing that right now because you don't need to be doing that. You can use AI to write blog posts for you. And again, you should be doing stuff like this. You should, move your business forward. If you're a roofer, write about roofing, write about roof leaks, write about the hazards of this, edit the article, get rid of the competitor's name if they mention anybody else, and do that. But these bots are a problem, and for us to believe that it's less than 5% at Twitter is man, is it laughable right now. So it's going to be interesting to see if they get Jack Dorsey in, and he is a character, to say the least, okay? So share your thoughts on this stuff. There's a lot more to see, but it's kind of cool when it's calm like this out here. It's nice. But check this out. I mean, you've got these walkways here, and this is all public, Public walkway that you can walk through here. And I'm telling you guys, I grew up here. I've never been on this side of it. So it's very, very cool that you can come out here. And, it's no activities, boats and stuff during the day. But it's beautiful. And again, any recommendations you guys have within Southern California, I will do my best to go out there and take a look at it. So share your thoughts on everything. I'm going to end this video with these last few stories. And first things first, there is a nice shopping center called the Beverly Grove. And it's beautiful and it's fun and it's a great place to go. There's a store that's there, a Kitson, that is demanding that nobody can wear masks inside the store anymore. So no more masks because of the robbery potential. So times they're changing, guys. So it's kind of funny when you think about this because, LA County was one place that had mask mandatory, and now there's stores that are saying no masks. We won't allow it because we're concerned about our safety. Okay. Whew. Final story. McDonald's, okay? McDonald's has a brand new product that they're going to sell. After testing this in the UK, it is the new Big Mac made out of chicken. The chicken Big Mac. Oh. Now, again, there's some wacky stuff in the UK with McDonald's, and you know, I'll talk to some of the people from the UK about this, but this sounds disgusting. I'm thinking, ooh, chicken breasts. They're going to grill a couple chicken breasts, put it together, maybe it'll be healthier. No, they're going to deep fry it with tempura batter, like, you know, Japanese shrimp. You know, they're going to have that tempura batter. So I don't know about you, that sounds pretty disgusting. And the CEO of the company, McDonald's, says, we're doing everything we can to keep up the demand for our customers and give them what they want, which is a healthier alternative. If they want a healthier alternative, they need to eat someplace else. That was a softball, guys. I just got to hit that one out of the park. But come on, McDonald's for healthy food. How about this? One other thing is that during the health crisis, one thing McDonald's did was get rid of everything healthy. They got rid of all the salads, they got rid of all the parfaits, yogurts, things like that, because nobody wanted the healthy stuff. Everybody wants a double quarter pounder with cheese and things like that. So don't forget to hit the like button. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. We have an email list you can sign up for below. And please take a look at our sponsor today, Patriot Gold, if you're interested in a 401k or IRA. They're the #1 rated company for that. Onward and upward, guys. I will see you guys very soon. And again, reach out, let me know what you guys want to see. But again, this is super cool, man. I can't wait to run on this, because you can run by the boats, you can hang out, and it's just a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful spot. So share your thoughts, guys. I will see you guys very soon.